So, recap on the rules in case it's your first time here. We're playing Thousand Year Old Vampire. It is a solo pen and paper RPG about being an immortal vampire, slowly losing your memories, and forgetting who you are. It can be very visceral. It can be very serious. So far, we'll get to my character in a minute, but here are the basics of the way the game works. We have 5 memories, 3 experiences for each memory. They're all thematically linked, and if we can't link a memory to something that we already have, then we have to start a new memory. And if we ever get beyond 5 memories, we have to completely lose one. Not just an entry in a memory, the whole memory. So there's some examples here of how you're supposed to word a memory, but basically it's just what happens, what is your character's reaction to it, how does it move the story forward. We can put memories into physical things like diaries or some other physical object, but then it becomes a resource, and resources can be lost. So diaries can hold up to 4 memories. We do have a diary of some of our early memories. We also have skills. This is things that our vampire might do or has done. They're very open-ended, and they may be checked on certain things. So we've checked a lot of our skills, and that is bad because that means we're going to start losing things. We're going to start losing resources when we have to check skills. So these are... we also have resources. Resources are the things that our character has. So it can be like a locket, or it could be a full-on like mansion that you own. So anything that is a physical object that's important to you or that you have possession of. And then we have some characters that our vampire has a relationship with. We have a mark of vampirism, so to show that we are a vampire and it should cause problems, we have a perpetually bleeding neck wound as our mark. But as you're creating your character, you can come up with whatever interesting thing you want for your mark. To actually play the game, we have a D6 and a D10. We roll both. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, it says D8 there, but it is D6 and D10. We roll both. We subtract the D6 from the D10, and then there is a book of prompts. We move forward or backward through that book, depending on our roll. And then if we go into the same page again, there's multiple entries. So we might be revisiting something multiple times, but it'll always be progressing. We check skills, we lose resources. We cannot choose to lose characters, marks, or memories in place of skills or resources. And then, like I said, if a memory needs a new experience, but there's nothing thematically appropriate, we have to start a new one. We might have to cross out another memory. The game ends when we have to check a skill or lose a resource, and we have none available. Then we say how our vampire died. So that's the rules. Let's talk about what actually happened with our character last time. So we are George Hartwell. We are a vaguely European vampire noble who has gone through quite a bit in our first 2 hours. So as you can see with our skills here, we have checked every single one of our skills, which means that anytime it's asking us to check a skill, anytime it's asking us to lose a resource, we are faster and faster approaching the end of this game. And if it asks us to check a skill and we have to destroy a resource, the game says that is the worst possible scenario. So we have to narrate the worst thing that could be happening to us. There's our endlessly bleeding neck wound for our mark. And then here are the things that have happened to us so far. So memory 1's completely gone. Don't even bother looking at it. So we became a vampire. We returned to our hometown, found our life unraveling. We found the girl that we love and were engaged to. She was working with one of our less than reputable associates to try to find us. We ended up killing him. He became a vampire that's hunting us now because we stole his business ledger, his ledger of contacts, and we were leveraging that for our own ends. And he came back because we didn't kill him. This is our classic MO. We don't kill the people that we attack, and they become vampires and then hunt us down. So Joseph Harwell is our father. We killed him. And then we turned our brother, Matthew Harwell, in our rage, trying to explain ourselves. So there's another immortal after us. That's 2 so far. We've got down here, we've got Emma Furness. This was a vampire that was secretly having an affair with our father. When she found out about his death, she hunted us down. We pinned the murder on our brother. So at this point, they might be colluding together to come after us. Arthur Culpepper, as I mentioned, is now a vampire after us because we were using his secrets. And then Cicely Weimer is our betrothed. She's turned against us. We turned her into a vampire as well. And now she torments us. She sends us victims to feed. So here is our last entry. After all the horrible things that our vampire experienced. As the centuries pass, time and again I am overtaken with a ravenous urge to feed. One day a familiar locket falls from the victim's neck. In it I find a piece of flesh. From then on I catch Cicely, watching from the shadows as I devour my victims. Does she send them to me to confirm her monstrous view of me? So she is like psychologically tormenting us. We have someone after us because he wants a cut into our business deals. We have a brother that's after us for killing our father, turning him into a vampire, and then pinning the murder on him. And then we have a hunter, another vampire who is after us. And we have the initial immortal, Matthew Harwell, who is the one who initially turned us. So that's where we start off. We've got memories related to Cicely. Those are the ones in the diary because I didn't want to lose those. We have memories related to the brother. We have a memory related to the father. And then Emma Furness, the woman he was having an affair with, that we blamed our brother for the death of. The father, she's in here as well, so this kind of follows the dad's storyline. That one's gone. I was pursued by authorities as a murderer, once again forced into hiding. And then here we have the business trade, the business deals we've been cutting. And then finally, Cicely turning into a vampire and now tormenting us from the shadows. So that's where we're at. A lot of people hate us, and we are in trouble. So I believe, let me look. So that's like time passing. We find an item. Okay, so I believe we're on this. So this is page 26. This must have been our last prompt. This immortal character lurks in the fringes of your existence. They become an embodiment of one of your least savory checked skills, which was the bloodlust. How do they act when your paths cross? What disturbing gifts do they give you? So they give the locket back that has now human flesh in it, and then create a resource. So we made a resource out of that. So we've got a lot of resources, but not a lot of skills. So we're going to roll the dice, and then we're going to see where this story takes us. All right, so we have a 2 and a 2, which means that we stay in the same place. So we're going to continue this storyline with Cicely. This immortal character falls in the hands of mortals, indirectly imperiling your existence. Save them by checking 3 skills. Oh, God. Oh, okay, we're going to lose 3 resources here. Lose 3 resources if you do not save them. Okay. If you cannot lose all 3 resources, lose as many as possible and flee to a new land. From now on, all humans know vampires are real. Ho ho. Okay. So, God, is the game going to end on like my very first turn? I don't think so. I think I've got enough resources that we're okay. So it says the immortal character falls in the hands of mortals, indirectly imperiling your existence. Save them by checking 3 skills. Lose 3 skills if you don't. Okay, so I have to choose. I should choose not to save them, or I could save them and then just have like the worst things happen to me. Because if I have to, I think by the letter of the rules, I really should be not saving them and losing 3 resources. Okay. Because I can't check 3 skills. So I should lose 3 resources and not save them. Alright, so we've got to kind of wrap in the... Okay, so I think... Oh, that would be mean. So, what if we lose... Okay. Ooh. I could lose the diary, which I think would be a good way to make it to where I don't save her, because I don't have the early memories. And then we could lose the locket. I think those are both good. And then the rest, I mean, I feel like we're going to lose the family chateau, because they're going to... Now they know that vampires are real. Okay. So first things first, we're going to go back in here and we're going to forget this diary has been destroyed. So all of this about Sicily we have forgotten. So we'll say that happened first. And that's the reason why we don't come save her, because now all we have here is meeting with disdain and ridicule, turning her, and then she torments us. Okay, so at this point, we really shouldn't care too terribly much about her. Okay. Alright, so Sicily is captured. Who is... Let's bring in the brother. Let's bring in my brother and Emma. Okay. Brother and Emma, they're gonna use her, right? Okay. My brother and Emma deceive Cecily in an attempt to get to me, exposing her as a vampire, even as they... They're a vampire, and decrying her evil ways. So they are basically setting up. They're saying like, oh, she's a vampire, she's evil. We need to stop her. Declares finally. Okay, so I mean, it's asking me to do a lot, so this is not going to be like a sentence or two. So, my brother and Emma deceive Cecily in an attempt to get to me, exposing her as a vampire and decrying her evil ways. Little do they suspect that I meet Cecily's end not with horror but with relief. At least now I am free from her torment. Cecily marks me as a vampire as she burns. The townspeople riot, and I watch as my ancestral home is burned to the ground. So that explains why the locket is tossed away. Like, I guess I toss it into the fire later, or I just lose it because I'm cutting all connections from this person. We do have, she falls in the hands of mortals, right? Well, so Emma and my brother are immortal, but they do turn the townspeople against her. She does imperil my existence. I do not save them. And now all humans know vampires are real. So this is a global, important thing that everybody knows that vampires exist. So I'm probably going to have to go under an assumed name or something as we move forward. But that was devastating. So now we've only got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got five places, or 5 things left, 5 resources. All right, let's roll. All right, 9 and a 4. So we're going to move forward 5. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. You fall into a deep slumber for 100 years. Strike out any mortal characters. Okay. So, I have to make a new memory. I have to make a new memory. So what memory do I want to get? Okay, I feel like, I mean, the hardcore thing would just be like, forget all of the stuff about Cecily, right? Like, just wake up 100 years and be like, yes, like, who is this person? Why do they matter? I don't know. This has to be pursued by authorities, and then time passing. Okay. So I think this is not really doing much. So we're going to go ahead and just strike this one. We're going to start a new memory. If I can remember how to actually title these. So 9, memory 9. Oh, close. Memory 9. So we just need to fall into a sleep. 100 years pass. Everybody's dead. Okay. I awake in an unmarked grave, clawing my way to the surface. I think of nothing but revenge against those who have crossed me. Okay, so I'm gonna go, like, stuff sucks. I know that my life is going pretty terribly, and I'd like to get back at the people who have caused me grief. All right, another roll. Another 9 and 4, so another 5 forward. Right. Oh, mortal characters, all dead. This guy right here, dead. I think I've just been putting deceased, because he was not alive. This was a high-ranking noble and vampire, covets my family's land. Okay. I think I created him for the plot where we were creating this, like, empire, this business empire. All right, so he's dead. So the only people that exist, oh no, because I didn't save Cecily. Cecily is dead. She burned at the stake. So I'm saying that we didn't save her. I'm saying not saving her means dead, right? So, okay. So the only people that are alive, we got the original vampire that turned me somewhere in here. We've got Emma, we've got Arthur. So Emma and Matthew are currently working together, and then Arthur is after me. Is the Baron the one who turned me into a vampire? Because if he is, yeah, he is. So he's immortal. So he's still out there. Where is he? Okay. Yeah, no, he's immortal. So all these immortal people, I think all the characters we have are just these immortals that hate me and want me dead. All right, cool. So we're moving 5 forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The deceptions you practice fool even yourself. Combine any 3 traits to fabricate an experience that you believe to be true. Okay. Let's look at my traits. What do we got? Charm, gambling, worldly, bloodthirsty, ashamed. Okay. Combine 3 traits to fabricate an experience that you believe to be true. I really feel like this should go back into something and like maybe go before another one. Okay, so right here with my brother's memories, we're going to fabricate that before I fell asleep for my 100 years and woke up in this grave, that I actually got revenge. I think that I've already killed him. And that would be bloodthirsty, ashamed. We can bring it into worldly as well, or charm. Okay, so yeah, like let's use worldly. So using my deep financial and political connections, I arrange. Ooh, I get very upset. I arrange a. What's it's a meeting with the brother, but it's a fake one. So I arrange a cover up. What's the word? All right, so using my deep financial and political connections, I arranged for my brother to meet a grisly end while he believes he is closing in on my assets. So I basically set up all these like puppet things and these fake meetings, and I tell my brother to show up and I kill him. Only none of that happened. That is just what it says. I've completely fabricated this, but I believe that my brother is already dead. Cool. All right. All right. A 3 and a 5, which means we're going to go back a little ways. Right? Back by 2. All right. 2, 1. You destroy something important to you in a purposeless rage. Oh my god, we love purposeless rages. Lose a precious memory or destroy a resource. Okay. I'm not sure. Do I just lose? I just lose a memory. Okay. So I think we're going in the direction of like, okay, a precious memory. Here's all the stuff with Cecily. So I don't remember that anymore. I don't know who that is or what you're talking about. And I've just woken up, right? I've just woken up from 100 years. I think I've killed my brother. Now I don't even remember why I killed my brother. But probably because he was conspiring against me, right? Like, I don't really have a good reason. All right. Next one, a 6 and a 5. So we'll go forward by 1. All right. Okay. You encounter the descendant of an old foe and help them in some way. Why do you do this? Check a skill. Create a mortal character. I don't have a skill to check. So this has to go badly for me. An old foe. Okay. Let's say, because all these people are okay. William Norwood, the groundskeeper for the cottage. Okay, so we're gonna create a new character. We're going to create Amanda. She can have a different name. No, we're not gonna make Amanda. We're gonna make. Oh, I had a generator last time. We're gonna make Amy. Graves. Sure. We're gonna make Amy Graves, and she is going to be a descendant of William, who I don't know if he was really an antagonist at any point. He did help us out, but I think we did turn on him. Let's see. We help them in some way. Okay. So let's say, okay. All right. All right, so we are going to lose our family cottage. That's where Norwood resided. That's where he was when we last saw him. So let's say we go back there. It's in shambles. It was already falling apart in our life. Do we still have the memory with him? No. Yeah, I don't even remember William. I don't even remember going to this place, do I? Finds me. Okay. There's so much, like, the character's just straight up doesn't remember. So all right, this is going to be like thematically this is just going to tie with this one because it's like the next step in here. I wander the countryside for months, feeding as I like on the transients and highwaymen. I am drawn toward a particular cottage, now overgrown and in disrepair. One night, let's see. So So let's just say, we don't need to say that we're feeding. We need to focus it on the thing. Okay, so I am drawn to the nets of an old cottage now in disrepair. I follow a woman from there and aid her when she is set upon on the road. I know not why I do this. All right. So this is going to be Amy. So again, a descendant of someone that I've already met. I'm drawn to this cottage. I don't know why I want to go back to this cottage. There's just something there. There's a woman there. Follow a woman. Placing flowers there. And aid her when she is set upon a road. I know not why I do this. Okay, so I see Amy, and I don't know who she is, but something just compels me to follow her. She is set upon by some brigands on the road, and I help her out, but I don't know why. No idea why this is happening. All right, and roll again. All right. So it's a 6 and a 2, so we're going to move 4 forward. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Age has damaged your diary. Strike out 3 nouns from the memories in your diary, starting from the oldest entry. If you have no diary, which we don't because we destroyed it, do this to the first 3 nouns in a memory of a middling age. Okay. So we're going to have to go back to, okay, so a middling memory. So this is a new memory. This one's older, I feel. Okay, so this is probably a very old one. The first 3 nouns in a memory of a... Okay, so this is an older one. I'm going to do this one. So this noun is gone. This noun is gone. And this noun is gone. So now my takes me and takes my... and me. I'm not going to strike out me. On a tour of the... and enumerates my responsibilities as future overseer. I can't help but notice the gaze drifting toward my brother as we speak. I'm going to strike this as well, just because thematically it makes sense that, like, all instances of it are turned out. Is guessing towards someone as we speak. So I'm forgetting this grudge I had in life against my brother, which I think is pretty cool. I mean, I'm thoroughly set against him, but I also think I've already killed him. So now I'm just even forgetting that he exists. All right, that's 9 and 4. So we're moving 5 forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. An immortal character, got loads of those. An immortal character you've met returns to claim a debt. What is it? How have they changed? Do they pay willingly to claim a debt? Do you pay willingly? If you have a memory of this character, you lose 2 resources. If not, then lose 3 resources and check a skill. This is going to be... This might be it, guys. This might be our death. All right, if I have a memory of the character, I lose 2 resources. I think we can do that. So we need one that we have a memory of the character. Okay, so if we go back in here, I feel like I still have the one. So Arthur Culpepper could come back, and we could. Ooh, but if we make a memory of Arthur Culpepper, then we're gonna probably lose this memory, and therefore I think the check is probably like after you've done it, right? Okay. So who else do we have? Someone returns. So here's where Emma Furnace is, and I think these are my last memories of my brother too. No, here's Matthew's here. Convince her that my brother is to blame for my father's death. So even if I get rid of this memory, I will still have a memory of I'll still have a memory of my brother. I think my brother's the only one that I can do. Plus we have... Where is this one? Yeah, no, this is the only one here. Restroom for solace. He meets a grisly end. Okay. So, brother has to return, and we have to lose probably this memory. Let's look. Let's lose all this stuff about trade deals. Let's see. And so we won't remember that Arthur Culpepper's after us. But this one isn't really going anywhere, so we're going to lose this memory. We got to do a new memory. So this is memory 10. Memory 10. Because brother's going to return. No, I think... So I think the way that the game works is we're going to have to lose the memory here, because they're all supposed to be thematically linked. So I think I'm going to lose all of this. So I think it needs to be a continuation of this story of my Emma and my brother showing up. Okay. Returns to claim a debt. All right. My brother makes an unexpected... All right. What's the debt? I guess the debt is that I sent... I'm amazed to find... So an immortal character claims a debt. Okay, so he's after me just to try to, like, kill me, right? I don't pay it willingly. So... I'm amazed to find my brother and an unknown woman leading a band of men through my hunting grounds in an attempt to ferret me out. Could have sworn I had finally done him in. I elude capture for as long as I am able, but the men are uncannily adept at hunting me. I do not submit to my brother even when okay, so like brother's looking for something, probably just looking to mess with us. I'm amazed to find my brother and an unknown woman, which is actually Emma Furness, but we don't remember who she is, leading a band of men through my hunting grounds in an attempt to ferret me out. Could have sworn I had finally done him in. I elude capture for as long as I am able, but because people know what vampires are, the men are uncannily adept at hunting me. Do not submit to my brother even when tortured. So I am now, I'm going to say captured. Let's go. We've got to deal with... We got to destroy some stuff. I do have a memory of them still, so I'm going to lose 2 resources. He takes my signet. And he takes my ring. The blackmail list is in my personal estate. He still has not received those yet. We are getting real close, guys. This might be wrapping up within the first hour. So, let's keep going. 6 and a 2. Gonna move forward 4. I don't feel like super good about that last prompt, but I feel like it's moving the story forward in a way that I like, so I'm happy. 1, 2, 3, 4. You awaken covered in dust. Generations have passed. Your sleeping place has been sealed off. How do you escape? Lose a resource. Strike out all mortal characters. Okay. Sleeping place has been sealed off. Okay, so we're once again just like waking up. So the torture continues unabated for no. What have I done? No, okay. Over the eons. Let's make it sound like really... Eons. Things are going bad. Okay. The torture continues unabated for uncountable time. Eventually, my brother grows bored with traditional means of torture and simply hangs me to slowly die over the eons. When I next awaken, I am so thin and sallow, my hands easily pass through the manacles holding me upright. I crawl my way out of my prison. Oh boy, things are going real bad. Also, we're down to... we also have to lose a resource. And all mortal characters are dead. So, Amy Graves, we hardly knew ye. It does let you know in the rulebook that, like, plot lines are going to go nowhere. Characters are going to appear and disappear if you don't give them priority. And just, like, by the nature of the game, you know, things are going to fluctuate quite a bit. So sometimes characters show up and then they're not super important, and that's just part of the game. So let's see. We have to lose a resource. So how do you escape? Barely. Lose a resource, strike out all mortal characters. So we're going to lose another resource. If we lose... Oh, okay. So I feel like the blackmail list is gone. Like, we're not going to write about it, but, like, if we ever get back to this estate, then it's not going to be there. Okay. So if we lose our estate, crawl my way out of my prison. We're gonna bring up the estate and we're going to go ahead and set that up. So I slowly crawl my way out of my prison and slowly move to my last refuge on this earth, which is the personal estate that I think I bought after doing all the trade stuff. But at least that sets up to where if we lose it here in the next one, then we will kind of have already been moving that direction, and we can have the big, like, final confrontation. All right. All right, it's a 1 and a 3. So we're going back 2. All right. Covered in dust. 1, 2. You are exposed and flee. See, you are exposed and flee to a far-off land. Convert any stationary resources to a new resource representing portable cash or treasure. What name do you travel under? What profession do you claim when you come to rest? Okay, so making my way. Um, finally back at my what I refer to it as estate. Okay, so finally back at my estate, I decide that fleeing this land is the only way I will ever know peace. I grab what liquid assets I can and chart a vessel to the new world. Once there, I quickly establish myself as a he wouldn't be like a mayor or anything like that, but I feel like he still hasn't given up this like aristocracy, this like need for power, this need to like control. Maybe he's like a moneylender. Yeah. So he's a moneylender and lead the populace dry in more ways than one. Okay. So bleed the people dry in more ways than one. So I feel like I don't know if we're up to the point where like we figured out, because once we got back into society after this 100 years of sleep, when society has figured out that vampires exist, we reintegrate into society like on the fringes, then we're attacked, tortured, left for dead, come back out, we're like, I'm done with this. I don't think we've figured out that people know about vampires yet. Probably in here, we're starting to get it. And we're already having to be secretive. So I feel like he's going to be having the moneylender profession. Like, people already hate that anyway. That might give him some way of like pushing others away and making it to where they don't want to be around him. They don't ask too many questions. Nobody really wants to associate with him unless they have to. Yeah, I feel like that's a pretty good one. And now we're gonna have to convert the personal estate to cash on hand. I don't know. He basically has a fortune that he grabbed from this estate that nobody knows about. Okay, so again, I feel like we're really close. If we lose this last resource, that's it. All right. 4 and 5. We're going back one. Your body is undergoing further corruption and change. When do you first notice these new changes? Create a mark. I think, have we had to create another mark yet? No, we just have this endlessly bleeding neck wound. Okay, so I feel like we're just gonna like expand on this this neck wound. Maybe it like grows to be a like maybe like a full like second mouth. Yeah. Okay. grows to be a full second mouth with jagged glass-like teeth that moves of its own accord. Oh, that's sick. That's sick. All right, now we've got to make a memory about that. I feel like we can probably forget about my financial connections. Okay, we think that we know that's not happened now. So this trade business stuff, we're gonna forget that, which means that we've forgotten Arthur Culpepper. But new chapter, new memory. Memory 11 is going to start with memory 11. So this memory is going to start with my neck wound, all but forgotten. I've not been using this one very much. All but forgotten through familiarity. I don't know how to quite place it, but like the vicious thing. I have such a hard time with just writing like a sentence or two. So yeah, here we go. My neck wound, all but forgotten through familiarity once again, begins to agitate me. As I scratch it, skin slowly begins to peel away, revealing a mouth with jagged teeth. I have taken to wearing a heavy metal ring around my neck. Rind? Heavy metal ring around my neck as the vicious thing eats all else. The townspeople see me as just another eccentric, but it does drive away business, and I look like a crazy person. So, yeah. Oh, I'm becoming a monster. More of a monster. Bam. Alright. That's probably not good. That's a -4. So we gotta go back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, your body is distant from human concerns. Lose a memory slot. Erase your oldest extant name. Oh, that's right. I have to have an assumed identity. Tell myself as John Smith. A moneylender. Yeah. So, yeah, my name, I've forgotten my name. I don't know who I am anymore. Lose a memory slot. So now I just have one less memory. So there's 2, 3. We could probably lose that one pretty easily. 4. Okay, so that's our brother. So remember our brother. We're gonna forget waking up. And we're gonna forget about Amy. She's dead anyway, which is a horrible thing to say. But, you know, when you're an immortal vampire, what are you gonna do? Yeah, so erase my oldest extant name. Erase, who's George Harwell? I am John Smith. Which, I mean, again, like I know that that's not a very it's not a very inventive name, but you know, it is what it is. I'm sure there are lots of John Smiths in the new world. All right, let's roll those dice. All right, this is gonna shoot us forward a lot because it's 10 minus 1, so we're going 9 forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You are captured in a trap set for predator. I can talk. You are captured in a trap set for predatory mortals. What sort of criminal are you taken to be? How does this experience help you learn to better prey on mortals? Make a new skill that sours the purity of a pleasant memory. I don't know if I've got any pleasant memories, to be quite honest. Okay, we're captured in a trap set for predatory mortals. Okay. What sort of criminal are you taken to be? How does this experience help you learn to better prey on mortals? Make a new skill that sours the purity of a pleasant memory. Okay, so first of all, my most pleasant memory might be killing my brother. Because we've only got 4 left. We've got that one. So we got our brother. Not great, but like we might be happy. We might be like, oh yeah, remember that time I killed my brother? That was nice because he was a terrible person to me. Okay. Okay. I feel like it doesn't thematically link to that. I feel like it thematically links to that one, which is bad news because that means we're gonna have to forget that. Okay, what are my memories? Memory 3 is still active. It's all about my brother. Okay. Memory 10 and 11. I should have more than that. Right? Like, how much do you start off with? 5 memories with 3 experiences each. I should have 4 memories. And I only have 3. So somewhere I messed up. Oh wait, did I lose another memory in the last one? I lost a memory slot with the last one. So I should have 4 memories. Okay, but that means, okay, if I've got 4 memories, that means I can make a new one. So this is going to be a new memory. This is going to be memory 12. Okay, so What crime am I convicted of? Captured in a trap set for predatory mortals. I mean, I'm a moneylender, so maybe there's some sort of like... Okay, so I am... I'm caught up in a money laundering scheme of someone else's design. I thought myself above such manipulation by mortals. The experience teaches me the All right. So yeah, I'm caught up in a money laundering scheme of someone else's design. I thought myself above such manipulation by mortals, but the experience teaches me the nuance of doublespeak and half-truths as I must defend myself in court. So we now have deception, we'll say. You know, like we're able to like smooth talker. Yeah, we'll say smooth talker. That seems like, I don't know, that seems very RPG to me. That's something I can work with. So now I'm a smooth talker. Like, I know how to cajole people. I know how to get out of things. I had worldly and I had like courtly graces, but now I'm learning what it takes to manipulate in the modern age, because so much time has slipped away from me. I don't even know how people work anymore. And I certainly would have had to appear in court, but I don't even remember being that person. So, you know, life's crazy. I'm not going anywhere. So we're going to continue this storyline. You almost uncovered and must dramatically shift your hunting patterns. Become a member of the lowest classes and lose a resource. If you are already of the lowest classes, instead become a member of the highest and check a skill. Okay. I feel like Moneylender was already pretty low. It was not a... It's not a prestigious thing. It's very much looked down upon, but it does make money. So I think I'd be financially stable. So money... Okay. You are almost uncovered, must dramatically shift your hunting patterns. Okay. The court proceedings draw too much attention and cause people to ask too many questions. I quietly slip away one night. court proceedings draw too much attention, cause people to ask too many questions. Moreover, it has completely drained me of my resources. So I got the best lawyers, I got the best people, but like it's just financially ruined me. My public image is ruined. So I quietly slip away one night. I must once again become something that hunts from the shadows. I imagine I set up in a new town. I'm completely destitute. I'm just living like a feral animal, kind of like right before the brother came back at me. Oh, and we lost all of our money. All of our money's gone. So all we have is our smooth talking ways to get us out of this scrape. Now I have to look at the rules. Does it say if you have to lose it, that happens? If you must lose a skill or resource and you have none, then the game's over. Okay. So we're going to go forward by 1. Okay. So when you hunger too much, you become a hunting creature bereft of intellect. Lose a random experience from a memory somewhere in the middle of your memory list. Lose a random experience. Okay. Okay. Somewhere in the middle. We have any memories over here? 10 is the middle. 10 or 11 are the middle, because I've only got 4. So lose a random experience from a memory. Okay, so there's 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna roll the d8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right. So we're gonna lose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're gonna lose becoming John Smith. We don't remember doing that. We don't remember how we got here. We just know that we remember like forever ago we were hunted. We were tortured by our brother. So we have a strong connection to the brother. Let's go. We're still going to make a memory here. This is going to be the continuation of this. Oh, no. We're going to continue with this one. Now, outside of society, I embrace my bestial urges. My mouth feeds my mouths. My mouths feed on the now outside of society, because I'm like on the lower, I'm just like living on the outskirts of towns. I'm just traveling wherever. I'm a hobo. I embrace my bestial urges. My mouths feed copiously on the gore the rabble provide them. So now it's just like humans are food. I used to be a European noble person. All right, going back again. 2. So going back 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Immortal, you thought dead is still alive somehow. Remarkable. Bring back the most recently struck out mortal character. Okay, listen. Amy Graves. She's not dead somehow. All right. Let's have her be Where can we? Where can we slot her though? Right, is the thing. Because like, where does Amy fall into any of these things? Right, torture continues. Doesn't really work with that. It could work as like a continuation of this story, where she just like shows up somehow. It doesn't really have anything to do with the money laundering scheme, right? Unless she's going to come in and like defend me. I don't know. So I feel like it's going to come here. Okay, we're just gonna leave it like that. A woman who gives me the faintest scent of deja vu claims to be an ally against my brother. She shows me evidence of her own twisted form. Alright, so like she's also a vampire or a monster or something, because like it's been 100 years. I think. Yeah, because we had to kill her because time went forward. So. Yeah, so okay, now we've got an ally. Why would she help us? Maybe she knows, like, she's the ancestor of that groundskeeper. Maybe like the great granddaughter. She recognizes us somehow. Also, she's in. Oh, here we go. A woman who gives me the faintest sense of deja vu claims to be an ally against my brother and warns of his imminent arrival in the colonies on the hunt for me. John Smith. I do not trust, but I do not feed either. Okay, so a woman who gives me the faintest sense of deja vu, because I saw her like all of one time, claims to be an ally against my brother and warns of his imminent arrival in the colonies to hunt for me. She shows me evidence of her own twisted form. I do not trust, but I do not feed either. So I don't trust her, but I also don't kill her. So currently we are having a tenuous thing. All right. It's another -1. You flee again, this time to a far-off enclave or colony. How do you use a colonial rule to your benefit? Choose one skill. Occupier, insurgent, inconspicuous, or gone native, along with an appropriate new name. Alright. I mean, I feel like... Okay, we're gonna go... Occupier, insurgent... I don't think we can go inconspicuous. Gone native. Okay. So we're going to give ourselves Gone Native. We are going to make a new memory. Ooh, what can we lose? We're going to forget about the beginning of my memories of my brother. We're going to... All we need to know is that my brother was after me one time because of reasons. All right. I keep doing that. Stop it. All right. We... Like, what's like a Native American? I'm looking for like a Native American. Do okay, well, yeah, we can be considered Wendigos or Skinwalkers. I think Wendigos. Alright. Alright, we are now known as Wendigo by the natives, so we are now like the boogeymen of Native Americans. Okay. Alright, moving forward again by 3. 1, 2, 3. What simple practical skill proves invaluable in your strange existence? How do you learn it? Create a skill. Trapping. To ensnare on Alright, so now we also know... So we're smooth talkers, we've gone native, and we can make traps. Traps. We can make like rudimentary traps. Alright. It's 1:30. We'll go for another half an hour. I was really expecting this to go sideways much quicker. Alright. Let's see. Simple practical skill. I mean, we learn it by... Okay, so we learn it by... Trapping skills... By watching... the natives from a distance. Use this skill to ensnare animals and make cleaner, more efficient kills. So now we're killing small animals because reasons. All right, moving forward by 3. 1, 2, 3. The beauty of dawn calls you. Create an additional memory slot dedicated to beauty, nature, or peace. Very well. I get my other memory slot back. So this is memory 14. We should really label these. You know, maybe I'll retroactively go back and do that. Maybe that would have to be a part 3 of this. All right, so... The solace of living among nature is actually having a calming effect on our lives when not trapping animals. We're just gonna say trapping prey. Leave it vague. Right, we're not trapping prey, whether that be animal or human. I'm not seeing the difference anymore. We're not trapping prey. Amy and I stare at the sunset, the sun setting over the plains, and are at peace for a few moments. All right. So all it took was going through being tortured, being horribly maimed, going out into the desert. Well, not into the desert, going out into the wilds, and now we're actually finding some amount of peace and balance. All right. All right, so we're going back 1. It says you find companionship in something that is not human. Is it an animal or maybe something inanimate? How do you interact with it? How did you find it, or did it find you? Create either a character or a resource to represent this companion. Find companionship in something that is not human. Okay, so we're going to continue. This is going to be the beauty of nature, okay? We befriend a... We befriend a wolf pack. and lead them on raids against our prey. The leader, who we call Gray. Help if I put an R in there and capitalize it. Gray. He's a wolf. A wolf. We befriend a wolf pack and lead them on raids against our prey. The leader, who we call Gray, looks upon our bestial forms as kin. So we are going full, like, we are just monsters. Also, our brother should be showing up at some point, maybe. He might have lost the trail. Alright, moving forward quite a bit. So we're moving forward 6 at the moment. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Your knowledge of old things becomes a strength. Based on a checked skill, what knowledge do you share with contemporary mortals? Check a skill, create a resource. I mean, I'm out here in the wild with animals. All right, charm, gambling, worldly, bloodthirsty, ashamed. Okay, my knowledge of old things becomes a strength. Based on a checked skill, what knowledge do you share with contemporary mortals? Check a skill. All right, we're going to check Gone Native, clearly. All right, so this is along this one. Okay. So we're going to be set upon by natives here. We are set upon, captured by a cannibalistic. Okay, you know what? I don't want to go that far because I don't want to be insulting to like Native Americans, even though like that's like one of my closest heritages. We're set upon and captured by a tribe when they discover our disfiguring marks. They revere us as the Wendigo and seek our aid in battle. We illustrate to them the kind of savagery that only are unique experiences have granted, and for the moment we are aligned in purpose. Okay. So we checked another skill. We checked the Gone Native skill. We create a resource. So we... Oh, okay. So a resource for this... What would be a resource? We have a native tribe of warriors. I mean, that's basically it, right? Like, we have a native tribe of warriors that we can call upon. All right. John Smith, the Wendigo, out here just doing weird vampire things in the okay. That's going backwards 3. So 1, 2, 3. Your strange accent and old ways always reveal you as an outsider. Mocked and cheated at best, or hated at worst. Smother these useless traits by converting an old memory to a new skill for blending in. Converting an old memory into a new skill. Does that mean I have to strike out an old memory? I guess so. So we're going to convert this memory into a new skill for blending in. Let's say we're in the colonies, so like maybe colonial law. It's like we can maybe negotiate in the future with things that are happening between our tribe and maybe if we run into someone else. Okay. Gonna go back one again. A mortal character you trusted or one of their descendants leads a hunting party. What shared secrets are being used against you? Check a skill. All right. Okay, if they're coming after us, we're going to check traps, right? Because we're going to try to trap. We're going to set up some cool traps. Okay. Mortal character you trusted or one of their descendants. Okay. So, mortal character I trusted. All right. Let's go with... mortal character you trusted or one of their descendants leads a hunting party. Okay, so this is going to go back to the bursar or the moneylender stuff. I think I've got another memory like remaining. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's my limit right now. That's all about beauty of nature. That's not going to work. God, we're going to have to forget all about our brother. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Well, we had to create that one. We had to create this memory, create a memory slot for this one. So I think we still have one left. I think we're back up to 5. So memory 15. Is going to be all about one of my business partners from the old township now leads a scouting team. For my brother. He uses the he was the only man I confided in before leaving, and he uses my initial Okay, so it is 1:48. I said I would stream for about 2 hours. So I think this is getting pretty crazy, and I feel like we're just meandering back and forth. I think I'm going to do 1 or 2 more. I want to kind of bring this, because this brother thing has been since the very beginning. I want to bring this to a head, and I want to just finish the game. So the next prompt I get that I feel like could work for the end of the game, I think I'm just going to call it, and that's going to be the end of it. So we'll do a couple more, and like I said, whichever one feels best for what's happening in the moment, we'll make that the end of the story, because they're coming for us. We're now like out with these natives. All right, so that is going back 1 again. All right. You stay long enough to hear the end of a morning bird's song. You are burned by the sun. Create a mark. Okay. Well, this could be beauty of nature. Okay, real quick. All right, we're just gonna say a meadowlark. Well, why not? Do those exist here? Sure. The dawn before my brother's arrival, I am enraptured by the tune of a meadowlark. The dawn before my brother's arrival, I am enraptured by the tune of a meadowlark. My skin touches daylight unprotected for the first time in millennia. Millennia? Okay. Millennia. I'm leaving it like that. I don't know. Millennia. There we go. Finally got it. My hand is reduced to a smoldering nub. Still, I think the moment was worth it. I'm all about the beauty of nature now. Okay. Let's go. Oh, yeah, just messed up hand. Alright. Moves us forward 1. You have the troublemaking character at your mercy. Record an experience of forgiveness. An experience of forgiveness. Okay. I have the wretched cur in my grasp as he hangs uselessly from a tree. As I go to end his life, I am struck with my experiences among the natural world. I look into his eyes and see nothing more than a frightened animal pleading for its life. I cut him free. So this is the businessman. This is not my brother. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to give my brother that kind of forgiveness. Forgiveness. Can you imagine? All right, going forward 2. 1, 2. Timeless introspection becomes manifest in creative acts. Choose a creative skill based on a lost memory. Oh, a lost memory. I have to create a skill. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . Oh, hold on. Where's the... Okay, so the skill we're going to create is like... Inhuman strength. We're gonna get that from the vampire that originally got us. All right. Yeah, we're calling it here. Whatever this one is, we're gonna end our story and finish up the game. All right, it's 5 forward. I feel like we're so close to the ones that just like completely end you. All right. All right. Check a skill to avoid arrest as a criminal. What happened? Who was arrested in your place? Create a mortal character if necessary. Okay. All right. Okay. So this is going to be, like I said, we're going to wrap this up. So I feel like I'm going to just go to an ending page because there are pages at the end that just say like the game ends. And unfortunately, because I don't want to continue this for another whole 2 hours, we're just going to find one and we're going to just say this is where we ended up. All right. So here's what we're going to do. So 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, and 80. So everything from 72 to 80. All right. So we're going to roll the D10, and we're going to go to that one for the ending. All right. It rolled in 9. So we're going to go to the very last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. You translate yourself into a higher plane. What does this mean? The game is over. All right. All right. I look around the battlefield. All the death. All the death and violence I have caused. Look over to my brother. But I cannot rouse the anger I once had for him. In the distance, I hear gray howl to the heavens. Howl to the night sky. I look around the battlefield, all the death and violence I have caused. I look over to my brother, but cannot rouse the anger I once had for him. In the distance I hear gray howl to the night sky. I look upward at the vastness above and truly contemplate my place in such an unfathomable existence. There is no more hate in my heart. My neck wound expands further and further, engulfing me in the maw I have fed with so many bodies, until I myself am devoured and free from this life of endless suffering and violence. So in the end, he just unmakes himself and disappears into the ether. Again, I wish I could have played out the whole thing, but it was getting so crazy and we were getting so many people come back. We had already had so many memories to go through, that, and I felt like we were reaching a climax. So I feel like this is the point where everything kind of comes to a head. The brother's there. I've been shunned by society so much. I've been hunted by society so much that I'm now in the wilds on my own, contemplating nature, and ultimately just disappearing, just unmaking myself, because that's the only way to be free from this cycle of violence, this cycle of death. So I like it. This game is a lot of fun if you're willing to kind of go along with it and understand that there are things that are just not going to work at all. There are characters that are going to show up and do nothing. There are characters that are going to show up and then you have to bring them back as immortals later. We made a lot of enemies. A lot of people ended up being immortal. Like, look at this list here. So our father was dead. Everybody else at some point, except for William Norwood, rest in peace, R.I.P., everybody else came back in some way, ended up being some sort of immortal or monster or something. So certainly being out in nature and being these terrifying wild monsters for a while and reconnecting with are the serenity of the natural world was not in my predictions of where the story was going to go, but I like it, and I do like finishing off with that that conflict coming to a head, but ultimately not partaking in it, because engaging with it has caused us nothing but suffering and nothing but death. So a poignant end, I feel, although of course a bit messy because we're dealing with an RPG, right? So if you enjoyed the game, I would highly recommend you pick up Thousand Year Vampire. It's a solo RPG, so you can play it on your own time. And of course, just like I did, if you are feeling like the story is getting stale, or you feel like the story's reaching ahead, you can decide that this is the time that I want to end it, or I feel like this is the natural end point for the story. It's your game, so you can do what you want, right? I do feel like trying to go in with the rules is important, but so is telling a fun story and telling a compelling story. And as a booktuber, as a booktube channel, I should try to impart that, try to get the idea that this is a storytelling device on some level. So in a few weeks we will likely be playing a very different game. I don't want to wait quite as long to live stream again. So this is my plan for next time. There's this game called This Person Should Not Exist. And basically it takes a Where's Waldo book, or a Where's Wally book if you're in the UK, and makes it into this game about finding this eldritch horror that should not exist, and all the people who he's killed, these symbols of power within the book. We are going to deface this book. We're going to destroy this book. So be prepared for that. Be prepared for me writing in a Where's Waldo book. But it sounds like a lot of fun. And then in a few months, in October, I'm going to be getting Astro Prisma, which is another solo RPG. This one I backed on Kickstarter. This one seems like a heavier sci-fi space horror game, so that's going to be really cool. I'm hoping I have this in time for Halloween, because I think that would be a fun one to do around spooky season. There's another one that I found, but I'm having difficulty looking it up again, which was book related. I'm trying to keep these like book themed for the most part. Like Astro Prisma apparently obviously is not, but as much as I can, I kind of want to keep it book themed, because that is kind of my channel's focus. So just some things to look forward to in the future. As I say on my channel, I hope your reading journey is going well. I hope you are finding books, and I hope you are finding games and experiences that are fun and engaging for you. And until the next time, take care.